we're going to talk a little bit about life. We're going to talk a little bit about life because I'm not really comprehending. I'm not really comprehending a lot of people, a lot of people's situations. I'm really not comprehending it, especially in 2023. I'm really, really, really not comprehending it in 2023. Um, and also, I gotta do another video um of what it is I really do and how it is I could really help people because I got a lot of new subscribers, and I know a lot of times people don't go back and look at old videos. All right. Let me say first what I do and how I help people. Let me tell you a little bit about my story and my background and what I do and how I help people. All right. I'm a regular dude, regular guy. Been through everything most people have been through. All right. Got two baby mamas, been married, divorced, had the big house, lost it, rented for 15, 20 years, um, had the vehicle, repoed, lived in my vehicle, had the jobs, got fired, had the apartments, got evicted, all of that. All right. So all this shit most people have been through, I've been there, done that. All right. Um in 2017, after pretty much going through a roller coaster ride, a roller coaster life for 20 years, 25 years, call it 40 years of my life. Because even when I was living with my parents, my life was a roller coaster because it was a toxic household. Like most people, grow up in toxic households. So, the time I was 40 years old, I came to a realization. Even before I was 40, I was like 37. I was like 37 years old. And I was living in my truck. I was living in my truck by choice, by choice. I wasn't living in my truck because I had to. I was living in my truck because I wanted to, because I said I will never rent again, because I was renting a studio efficiency from some Cuban people in Miami, and they had basically turned their garage into a little apartment. It was a nice size apartment, basically like a two-car garage that they turned into apartment. Had my own little kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, living room, everything, right? It was really a one bedroom apartment, but it was no walls, so it had a studio feel. Paying like $500 a month or 550, I forget what it was. I think it was 500. And I was like a day, 2 days late, gonna be late on my rent. And they just wanted to kick me out. Not even the dude, it was the wife. She just ready to kick me out. Crazy, man. Crazy ass woman. Um, I ended up paying the rent. Um, we talked it out. I ended up paying the rent for like that month or the month after. And then after that, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. I think I had a talk with my baby mom and I told her the situation. I sent her a text message and I said, look, I'm moving out my place. So for the most part, my son gonna be living with you, but I'm deaf, but this would actually be better because by me being more mobile and by me being more transient, um And by me saving money, these $500 I'm not paying in rent anymore, I'll be able to give you that money, at least half of it, and I'll be able to pick my son up from school, drop him off to school more. I'll be able to do more as a father. I might not have the housing for him to come stay with me when it's my time for him to come stay with me, but he can stay with you and I'll be able to give you more money. I'll be able to do more stuff with him and I'll be able to save money to own my own shit. So she was like, cool. There was no argument, right? So, and thank goodness, her situation and her lifestyle could facilitate that. Not everybody's situation and lifestyle could facilitate that. Sometimes the offsprings have to go with the father or the other parent at this time or whatever, right? So with my situation, it was conducive, right? So anyhow, that's what I did. That's what I did. I did that from like, I had to been like 37. I had to been like, I had to been 36, 37 to, oh man, to probably about 40. I did that for like 3, 4 years. 2, 3, 4 years. Somewhere up in there, right? I want to say like 3 years I did that for, right? And I'm telling you, in those 3 years, I had some rough times, but it was some of the best times in my life. Now, people like, damn, how the fuck living in your truck for 3 years is some of the best times in your life? Man, I met the realest people. Because if somebody accepts you living in your truck, that's a real one. That's a real friend. They're not judging you, whatever. They like, yo, anytime you need a place to crash, you could come crash here, whatever, all that type of stuff. That's a real friend. That is a real friend, right? And I'm still friends with those people. We might not talk every day, but yo, those people call me for anything, anytime, and I got them. I already told them, right? They already know what time it is, all of that, right? I'm like, yo, I got land now, plenty of land, my ranch. Anytime y'all want to come to North Carolina, y'all come through. I got you. I pick you up from the airport. Matter of fact, I send you a plane ticket, all of that, right? All my friends, when I was living in that situation, I'm still friends with them. Still friends, still friends. I make sure, man, no matter how to break up, if they was my girlfriend, I'm still friends with them because they showed themselves to be real people, right? Anyhow, in them 3 years, man, I was able to take vacations. I didn't work as much because now I could and what's so crazy is by me sleeping in my truck, my brain was forced to go into something deeper than a survival mode. Like my brain was forced into going into a hey, I need to change my life. My brain went into a do or die mode. Do or die, not survival. Survival was when I was paying that rent and I had to work every day to pay that rent to survive. Do or die, my brain went into something where like, if I don't do this, I'ma die. If I don't do this, I'ma die. So I wasn't just trying to survive, I was trying to do more than survive, right? So, of course, it opened up pathways in a universe for me to see clearly what to do. And times I wasn't with my son, times I wasn't working, I would just sit under a tree. I would just sit under this tree, and I would just manifest, man. I would just research, study, watch YouTube videos, work on my self-development, speak things into existence. even back then, I was telling people I had things that I didn't physically have it, but I was training my brain to tricking my brain to saying that I had it. I was tricking my brain to saying that I had it, because the brain doesn't know whether you have it or not. So you have to trick your brain into thinking you have it, and then it will manifest instantly, like faster, right? And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like straight up lie, like say, oh, I have this and I have that. But, I would say things like, yeah, I'm a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like people knew better. You know what I mean? People knew better, but, I would still say it like, yeah, I'm a millionaire, this and that. I got a new truck, this and that. And my close friends, they knew what I was doing because they was doing it too. I was teaching them to do it. I was teaching, and we used to talk like that. We used to be like, yo, can I come on your yacht this weekend? Like, that's how we would talk to each other, my close friends, right? Because we was manifesting like that. Anyhow, in them 3 years, man, it was so crazy. In them 3 years, I even got married, man. I even got married, everything, right? um but I was making money, had a moving company. I mean, people used to be like, dang, boy, you making all this money and you live in your truck, a old raggedy truck at that. I'm like, yep. But I was able to take my family to the beach, stay on the beach in nice hotels, studio hotels where we could cook and everything. Hold on. I was able to do a lot. I wasn't stressing about rent. I damn sure ain't had no car payment. I wasn't stressing about paying nobody no rent, paying nobody no light bill, no water bill, or nothing. Man, my mind was clear, crystal clear. And what make it so sweet is I had my tags rigged up. And I wasn't even paying no car insurance on my old truck. I wasn't paying no. Only thing I had to worry about was oil changes and gas, because my truck was running perfect. Oil changes and gas. Man, I was dressing nice and decent most of the time. I had me a little clean white tee or polo shirt, my little Air Force Ones, everything like, I was still dressing clean and nice, even though I had an old truck. I mean, that's my lifestyle now, you know what I'm saying? And when I was working, I had my work clothes on, right? But I knew I wasn't going to rent nothing. I was not going to be paying no 30-year mortgage, and I was not going to be renting a goddamn thing from nobody. It was so bad. Friends used to ask me, Dan, can you help me with my rent, Dan? I used to be like, no, I'm not paying nobody's rent. Up to this day, I tell people I'm not paying nobody's rent. Even if you allow me to sleep on your couch, sleep in your bed, whatever, to this day, I pay no fucking rent. It's something everybody knows about me. I don't give a fuck who you are. Anybody knows me personally. No, I don't pay rent for myself, and I don't pay rent for nobody's rent. That is my G code. That is my G code. I have this thing about paying rent. I don't know how to explain it, but that fucking landlord that was going to kick me out because I was 2 days late on my rent did something to my brain, fucked me up. I don't know what you want to call it. I think they helped me, but some people might say they fucked me up. I do not pay fucking rent. Now, I'll pay like a business rent, like if I'm renting a warehouse or a storefront, because that's business. But where I live, where I got to rest my head, shit like that, I'm not paying no rent. I'm not paying no rent. So, and I would rest my head in my business. I was doing that for a long time. I was resting my head in my business, right? But at the end of the day, it was my business. It wasn't really my residence. It was my business, right? So anyhow, with me having that mindset that I'm never gonna pay rent again, I'm not even paying anybody's rent. That's the way I started living my life from the time I was like 36, 37 years old to now. I've not paid one single dime in rent unless it was like a business place, a place of business. And every woman I've ever dealt with, I tell them, don't ask me to pay your rent. I'll figure out how you can pay your rent, help you figure out how you can pay your rent. But I'm not paying your rent. I'm not working no extra jobs. I don't care if I made $10,000 last week and all you need is $500 to help pay your rent. Do not look at me to pay your rent. Any any woman would tell you how I am. Because motherfucker, I'm gonna show you how I would take $500 and buy you some land and put a cabin on it before I pay your rent. Now that's up to you. If you say I can't live like that, I can't shit no bucket, I'm not living like that. Well, bitch, that's you. Be fucking homeless. Go sell your pussy. I don't give a fuck. Don't ask me for no $500 to help pay your high ass mortgage or your rent. It's not happening. Okay? So, I don't divert from that at all. In no way, shape, or form. I do not divert from my philosophy. Right? So anyhow, I get a lot. You could imagine the slack I get from women about this, right? But it has amassed me over 30 properties, over $250,000 in net worth, 4 pickup trucks, 7 businesses, a great life. A great life. Because I set boundaries. I set boundaries and I don't break my boundaries and my G code for nothing or nobody. Okay, I don't do it. Um so anyhow, you know, that's my story. That's my story. That's my story. So what I do for people is I help people to get out the matrix the way I got out the matrix, right? Now, let me shout out to my mentors that helped me in my path and stuff like that. When I kind of started doing real estate, I had the impression that I was gonna do wholesaling real estate, right? I was watching Max Maxwell videos. Shout out to Max Maxwell. Hung out with him personally. I know him personally, all that good stuff, right? Um, Shout out to my mentor Vern, helped me a lot. But something Max told me, he said leverage. He said, Dragon, you gotta learn how to leverage, right? He gave me the cheat code, right? Because he knows that I'm hanging out with him because I want to know the cheat code. I want to know, I want to get to the money, like for real, for real. And he just looked at me. We didn't have no long conversation. We hung out the whole day and we didn't have no long conversation about do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. He just said leverage. I'm like, dang, the fuck? This man telling me all I got to do is learn how to leverage. He said, just leverage, learn how to leverage. And when he told me, I instantly knew what he was talking about. I don't know how I knew, but I instantly knew what he was talking about because I've even said it to myself. I've said it to people, but it really hit me. Like, yo, this leveraging shit is real. It's real. You leverage what you got to get what you want. When you sell your pussy, you leveraging what you got to get what you want. When you finesse a woman to sleep in her house under her Section 8 and eat up her food stamp food, you leveraging your dingaling to get what you want. I don't know how else to say it. Everything in life is a leverage. You leverage your time on that job to make some fake ass money to pay your bills. Everything is a leverage. You leverage your time, you leverage your dick, you leverage your pussy. Everything you do is a leverage. So why not leverage on a high scale, right? So anyhow, my mentor Vern, shout out to Vern, he taught me the ins and outs of real estate, right? Like the ins and outs, the real ins and outs, right? How to do subject to deals, how to really put this shit together, like the technical stuff, right? Max taught me the overall picture, the millionaire shit, but Vern was teaching me the inside technical stuff. So and me putting that shit together and then me learning all the technical stuff, I'm like, yo, this real estate shit is easy as fuck. This shit is beyond easy. I need to make sure I'm recording. This shit is beyond easy. Um, I'm like, yo, this shit is beyond easy. I'm like, real estate is really just paperwork. It's really just paperwork. All you need is a contract and a trust document. That's all you need is a contract and a trust document. That's all you need is a contract and trust document. You don't really need no LLCs. You could do that afterwards. People running around here talking about you have to get an LLC. That's bullshit. You have to do this, you have to do that. I done made this shit so fucking simple to where you really don't need to be even focused on wholesale and real estate. You could just straight up go buy your land, go buy your property, live on your land, live on your property, right? Put you a cabin, which is your house, on your property. Put 2, 3 of them. Rent out 2 of them, live in one. Rent out 1, live in 1. That's your residual income. Now, as you set up your homestead, you can sit your ass down and really figure out real estate because you already done went through the process. So you know the process of owning property. You know the process of buying a house, uh, which is your cabin, rehabbing it, which you're gonna put your bathroom in there, your kitchen in there. You're learning this whole process. So now when you're doing wholesale and real estate and you calling up people to say, hey, do you want to sell your house to me? All of this and all of that. You know what it take to put a bathroom in, a kitchen in, rehab. You know what it take to buy land. You know what it is to own property. You know, you a property owner yourself, so you know what it feels like speaking to somebody that you're trying to purchase their property. You're a business person now. You know what it feels like to do business, right? So you're in that mindset, right? But then I teach people how to take it even further, and you wholesale anything really. Because to be honest with you, I don't do a lot of wholesaling deals. I could count how many wholesaling deals I've even done, and and the deals that I have wholesaled, I pretty much wholesale them to myself, right? And I'll talk about that later. You can wholesale anything, cell phones, food, cars, whatever. All it is finding something cheap, so cheap that you can put a markup on it and sell it to somebody, and that person that you sell it to can still make money. So I could buy this phone for $5, sell it to you for $7, and you could still sell it to somebody else for $10, right? However you want to do it. I could buy it for 5, sell it to you for 10, you sell it for 15, 20. However you want to say it or do it. I could buy it for 5, sell it to you for $50, you sell it for 150. It doesn't matter. As long as there's money being made, everybody making money, right? So I don't really limit myself to wholesale and real estate. I wholesale everything. I buy a lot of tools, sell them. I just bought a bunch of chainsaws. When I finish using them, I'm gonna turn them back and sell them, make some money or make my money back. Um, I do a lot of it with tools, be honest with you, because I figured out, okay, the average wholesaler make about $5,000 a month, and I'm like, well, shit, I was already making like $2,000 to $5,000 a month, right? So as a contractor, and I was already, because wholesale and real estate is work. It's a job. You know, people make it sound like it's, you literally have a job. You working 40 to 80 hours a week calling people. It's a job. Got to put out bandit signs, got to go to the print shop, got to do this. You just creating a job for yourself. And then when I realized, I said, man, this shit ain't nothing but a job. I might as well keep doing what I'm doing. I'm making the same money as motherfuckers out here wholesaling, and you wholesaling to make money to feed your family and have a roof over your head. So I'm like, okay, I'm not really gonna do wholesaling. A deal come along, like anything else I've been doing, I buy it, put it on a contract, whatever, flip it, whatever. So I just kept doing my contracting thing, which I've always done. As I manifest deals or anything come my way real cheap, I buy it, keep some of it, sell some of it, whatever, right? But like I say, any real estate deal that came my way, I've kept it. I've held on to it, right? I wholesale it basically to myself, right? Um, so I say all that to say is I help people, I train you to get your mind out the matrix. I train you to be a business person because everything is business. You have to learn to separate your business life from your personal life. If you notice, I never have my offsprings, my woman, nobody on my YouTube channel. You might hear their voice in the background, shit like that, but you don't see them, right? You'll only see my business properties. You'll never see my real personal properties. Like, you know, you'll basically only see my business properties, right? That I'm doing business on, right? Um, um, a lot of my own properties I've never even been to. I've never even been to, right? Um, you really have to learn to separate your business life from your personal life. I have four phones. I have four phones. Two are for business, two are for my personal life. Or you could say two are for my private life, two are for my public life. Right? When I say business and personal is like saying public and private. All right? Business is public, private is personal. Okay? You have to learn to separate these lives. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's to the point I'm gonna go ahead and splurge. I'm gonna get two watches. I'm gonna get a two smart watches. I'm gonna get one for business, one for personal, only because I need it now. It's gonna make my life a little bit easier instead of pulling out these dang cell phones all the time. I done misplaced my cell phones at gas stations a couple times, and to now to the point where before I leave a gas station or anywhere I'm at, Lowe's, Home Depot, I make sure I got my cell phones, my wallet, my keys, everything. That's like a checklist every time I leave a store, right? So I'm gonna get the watches, so I ain't even got to be thinking like that. I just keep the phones, you know, in my pocket on me, whatever, right? So anyhow, and this is something I need to say also as a man, you need to have your shit organized like that. You need to have your, even as a woman, anybody, young individual, you need to have a public life and a private life. Okay. I told y'all, you get a cheap cell phone, $20, $50 at Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, whatever. I paid two phone bills for two different companies. I paid one for T-Mobile and I paid one for US Cellular. I had Verizon, but it turns out US Cellular have better coverage. My other two cell phones tether off my first two, right? So tethering means they work off of my other two cell phones. Okay, I have 8 cell phone numbers. Two are my personal cell phone number. Well, one is my personal cell phone number and one is my business cell phone number. But definitely the other 6 are pure business, all business numbers. I have a number for each of my Airbnbs. I have a number for my contracting business. I have a number for my consulting business. I have a number for every type of business I have, right? Mostly I use like 2 numbers, 3 numbers to be honest with you, but I do have those 8 phone numbers, right? Um the I would say 4 phone numbers I talk to people on, and 4 phone numbers are mainly just text messages back and forth, right? Because they're Google numbers, right? Um so anyhow, I recommend you set your life up like that. Don't just have one cell phone number everybody calls you on for business and personal. You want to be able to cut your business off and just be able to deal with your personal life. Or if you want to cut your personal life off, your wife nagging you, your woman, your man nagging you, your babies nagging you, you want to cut them off and focus on your business as a man, you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to do that, right? Matter of fact, you need to have some business numbers that your personal people in your personal life, they don't even know those business numbers. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the people in your business life, they don't know your personal numbers unless they need to know. Everything is on a need to know basis, right? And you need to keep a wallet. Man, you need to keep a wallet. I notice a lot of men these days don't have a fucking wallet. I just be like, you need to keep a fucking wallet. You need to keep business cards in your wallet. You need to keep phone numbers in your wallet in case you lose your cell phone. All this type of stuff you need to do as a man. I see these guys walking around, their pants hanging off their butt. They don't even have no fucking wallets. They just have money jingling out their pocket and weed in their pocket and just a fucking mess. You got 30, 40, 50-year-old grown ass men walking around with number weed in their pocket. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Weed and a fucking cell phone. No wallets, no nothing. Anyhow, what I do for people is I teach you the ins and outs of real estate the easy and simple way. Very easy and simple way. You just need contracts. That's all it is a bunch of contracts. I teach you how to use promissory notes to buy land, specifically land or any properties you want to buy, and you put it in your trust. And if you want, you sell your trust. You selling your trust is like selling your, like any property I own right now and I own it in my trust. I don't even have to go to a closing table. If somebody want to buy my property, I just say okay, and I change my beneficiaries. We go to an attorney. We don't even have to go to attorney, but better, we go to an attorney, and I change my beneficiaries from me, my beneficiaries and grantor from me and my offsprings or whoever to them, to that individual. And then we can go forward and they can change the trustee who's trustee of the property, right? And don't even have to alert the banks or the closing or the if anybody holding a note, don't even have to alert anybody. The individual can keep on paying on the property, like everything is normal. I just call up the finance people or the seller and be like, hey, I'm gonna be paying from this account from now on. Okay. And that's it. I just sell my trust, right? You can do the same thing with an LLC. You could sell your LLC, but it's more working components that's not necessary at all. At all. When you really find out about real estate and this business, all you really need are trusts. You just need to set up trust. All this LLC bullshit is just shit that they want you to do to make money off of you. There's just shit they want you to do to make money off of you. All you need is set up a bunch of trusts. Learn trust laws. That's all you need to do. Learn contracts, private contracts. That's all you really need to fucking do. If you really get on some high corporate shit, then you want to get into LLCs and you start borrowing a whole bunch of fucking money. Then you want to get into LLCs, shit like that. But other than that, you just need to set up trust, a bunch of trust. That's all you really need to set up, right? So I teach people that. I teach people how to do your due diligence. I I teach people how to look for properties. I show people where to look for properties. Um we go through everything for you to become a business person, for you to become a better individual, for you to become a real estate investor, developer, all of that. Now this all depends on you. I can only do I can only go as fast as you want to go. Okay? I'm not one of them type of people that's going to be pressuring you to learn this stuff. That's on you. Cuz I've been there, done that. Call people up, "Hey man, you need to learn this." People are going to learn when they're ready to learn. When they're ready to learn. So that's why I say I do this consultation for 1 year. It's up to you, whatever the fuck you want to learn in that 1 year. I'm here to teach you. So if you want to dig my brain for 1 year, that's on you. If you don't want to, that's on you too. But you do stay in my mastermind class for a lifetime, right? But that one-on-one personal um attention, I give it to you for 1 year. I give it to you for 1 year, right? I have students that have bought 3, 4 properties in a year, and I have students that haven't bought shit because they don't put their full effort into it. Okay? So like I say, it's all depends on you. It's all depends on you, right? Um so I have students that doing very well, and I have students that still haven't even fucking kicked the bucket, right? So it all depends on you, right? But life is simple. It don't matter if you make $500 a month or $500 a week or $500 a day. You can do this business, right? You can buy a property right now, $50 down, $0 down, $25 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, $500 a month. I just be throwing numbers out there on my YouTube channel, but really the the um the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless, right? We just bought some property in Missouri, a resort on a lake, with a pool, everything. It's like less than an acre. I want to say 0.28 acres, something like that. Me and one of my students, each of us only put down $75. It was $150 total down, and we each pay $90 a month. And we have property on a resort that we could put a house there, take our RV up there, have our family up there, hang out for the summer, the winter, fall, spring, whenever, right? All that type of stuff, right? Um, I've actually purchased 5 properties this year with my students, and so I do stuff like that also. So that's what I do. That's my story, and that's what I do, and that's what I do for you. My consultation used to be $250. Now it's $350. Don't ask me for no fucking discount. My consultation is $350, and the price is only gonna get higher. I'm getting ready to raise it up to $450 and then $1,000. But anyhow, it's $350. It's $50 a week for 7 weeks. You can finance it. $50 a week for 7 weeks. Okay, if you pay cash right then, I'll do 300. I'll do 275 if you twist my arm. You know what I'm saying? If you pay cash right then and there. Okay? If you pay cash right then and there. Anyhow, I just want to do this quick video because I know I have a lot of new subscribers, and I want to give you my background story, and I want to tell you what I do, how I do it. You can purchase land, no credit, no exuberant amount of down payment. You could purchase land with $50 down, $100 down, $500 down, $50 a month, $500 a month, whatever you want to pay. Now, keep in mind, the more money you spend, obviously, the better properties you're gonna buy and stuff like that, right? Don't expect you're gonna buy an acre of land in New York City for $50 down, or an acre of land near Atlanta, Georgia for $50 down. You're gonna be somewhere deep in the boonies where nobody else is out there but you and a couple lizards and snakes for $50 down. All right. And not necessarily, like I said, we just bought some property, some resort property in the Ozarks, $150 down. Me and my student, she put $75 down, I put $75 down. So not necessarily, right? And I gotta check, see if the guy even have anything left. I think everything is sold out. Um, so it's in the Ozarks. So get with me if you want to purchase land. Get with me. I don't know anything about the trucking business. I had a motherfucker call me talking about teach them the trucking business, bitch. I don't know anything about the fucking trucking business. Don't call me about no fucking trucking business. Only thing I know is land, land, and houses, rehabbing houses, fixing houses. But my main business is land. I teach you how to get your land, develop your land, leverage your land. So that's what I want to talk about next, how to leverage your land to then build houses and make millions. Okay, millions. Basically, I teach people, once you've paid off your land in 2 to 5, 6 years, however long it take you, you want to have like $10,000 in equity in your land, right? I then teach you how to take that $10,000 equity and leverage it to get $100,000 loan with no credit or anything like that, right? Well, you're gonna get a $90,000 loan. You're gonna get a 90,000 because everything all together is 100,000. You could even get a $50,000 loan, right? And basically the lender is gonna ask you to have what's called skin in the game, skin in the game. So you're gonna have 10%, which is gonna be your 10,000. And with that 100,000, I will show you how to build a house, a nice house, 3, 4, 5, 6 bedroom house. Depending if it's brick or wood. Obviously, if it's a wood house, you could build a bigger house, 4, 5, 6 bedrooms. If it's a brick house, it'll be a smaller house. Nevertheless, I teach you how to build a house, get the money to build a house, sell the house and the land, make $100,000-$200,000 profit. Now you have your own money to keep doing these flips. And before you know it, you're a millionaire. I'm in the process myself. I'm in the process. I should be way further along, and I get on myself about this all the time, but I'm a type of person right now in my life, I value time and freedom more than money. I value time and freedom more than money. I know how to rehab. I've rehabbed for years now. I know how to do all this stuff. But my time with my offsprings right now, they're at a young age, is more valuable than me putting most of my time uh into rehabbing and doing the shit that I used to do. Right? So I'm putting more time and effort into spending quality time with my woman, with my offspring, stuff like that. And even though I spend quality time with them, I don't even think it's enough. I was just talking to my woman and it's like, baby, I miss you. And I'm like, yeah, but I got to be out here working, you know. But really, the only thing that separates us is distance. But at the same time, you know, my value is on time. I could buy anything. I can never buy time back. So rather than me putting all this effort, a lot of effort into certain things I should be putting effort into, I put my effort into time with my friends and family. That's why I drive an old pickup truck, so that I'm not making no car payments or truck payments and I have to work harder. You know, that's why I have cabins and stuff that I live in, so I'm not paying no high ass house note. All the houses I own, all the other properties I own, they pay for themselves. I say it all the time. The day my tenants decide they don't want to pay rent anymore, or I can't get another tenant, I will call a fucking bank and tell them to come get this fucking house. Because the whole purpose of me having a fucking 30-year mortgages on few properties is for my tenants to pay that shit off. My life is not about working my fingers to the bone to pay off no fucking mortgage. When I look back at my life, I want to say I spent all my time with my babies. We was on my land, dirt biking, um, having fun, ski boarding. We was in every state, traveling in the RV, all that type of stuff. I'm not gonna look back and say, "Oh, I worked 30 years. I missed graduations. I missed this. I missed that." No, that's not gonna be my life. My life is, my baby's gonna look back and say, "My dad was everywhere, at all times." My woman gonna say, "My baby was everywhere at all times." My baby was there for everything. If he wasn't there, it's because he didn't. It wasn't necessary for him to be there at that time. But anything important and extra and whatever, I'm there. I am there, right? Like my babies, they start back school next week or whatever. So this whole week I'm off. I'm not working. I'm spending time with my family. All that good stuff, right? So, I'm just trying to tell you guys a little bit. So I teach you guys how to leverage, how to, once you purchase your land and you pay it off, or you come into extra money, how to leverage that money to build houses and become a millionaire. It's a long process, guys. I can't teach you this shit in 6 months, 3 months, a year like other gurus promise you. This shit takes years to master. 2 years, 3 years, really, to even grasp the beginnings of it, right? But this is what it is. This is what I teach you. This is what I show you. This is what my program is about. My mentorship, whatever you want to call it, my consultation, whatever you want to call it. But it's up to you if you want to learn it, or if you just want to stay in the matrix, keep spending your money on dumb shit, clothes, hair weave, lashes, cigarettes, weed, alcohol. You want to keep spending your money on that dumb shit, live your life in dumb ways. That's on you. Like I say, grown people, you do what the fuck you want to do. Anyhow, I talk to y'all later. Peace. My phone number 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. All right. Again, my consultation $350, $50 a week for 7 weeks. I teach you how to become a beast master real estate investor like myself, okay, and better than myself. I have students that I could see they're gonna do better than me. All right. Anyhow, talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, I see 3 people is watching. Any questions? SASM said, "Hey, want to listen to you, but curious, why would you lose monetization and audience by cursing?" Oh Lord, some fucking idiot talking about that. I'm not losing shit. I'm not losing shit. What's funny is funny. All right. Y'all need to quit with this cursing shit. Um, because you the same motherfuckers, right? That's always talking about people cursing, that you teach your offsprings how to be fucking slaves, how to go to school, get a job, how to be a good Christian and shit like that. And you got motherfuckers out here like Gary V cursing their asses off. You go watch Gary V. This guy called Gary V. I think he's a Jewish guy too. Go watch that guy Gary V. They always talking to him, "Gary, why you curse so much? Why you curse so much?" He's like, "Bitch, I turn motherfuckers into millionaires. What the fuck you worried about if I'm cursing or not? You teach your babies how to be fucking slaves, my slaves. I got 18, 20-year-olds, 15-year-olds watching me. I turn them on how to be millionaires. And he turning 14-year-olds, teaching them. He told everybody by TikTok. He told everybody by TikTok. All them little 14, 15, 18-year-olds that bought TikTok, they millionaires now. They got $100,000, $1 million in the bank. They took their 200,000, 10,000 their parents gave them, put it all in TikTok. Now they got 100,000 and $1 million. And you fucking sitting up here worrying about if somebody cussing. Get the fuck off my channel. That's what you need to do. Fuck you. There's my cursing to you. Anyhow, talk to y'all later, man. Don't worry about nobody fucking cussing. Get the fucking information, man. Get the fucking information somebody trying to teach you. Okay? Peace, y'all. Love and light.